Summer is here, and I know a lot of you are planning to go on vacation in the Mediterranean coast, so I decided to make this fun video of choosing perfumes in my collection that gives chic Mediterranean vibes. I've been living in Portugal for almost 5 years now, and I'll say that Mediterranean summer has a certain vibe. Let's say here it gets really hot, but with low humidity. So during summer here, I think about lots of natural smelling citruses, neroli, a lot of light florals like jasmine and orange blossom, a lot of figs and peaches as fruit notes. So having said that, we are skipping anything coconut. We are also skipping tropical flowers and tropical fruits, of course. Today is all about natural citrus, light, white florals that to me represents chic Mediterranean summer style. Starting off with the first fragrance that I took out of my shelf when creating this video. Un Jardin Cythere by Hermes. Actually, I will say all perfumes from Un Jardin line of Hermes give chic Mediterranean style. However, Un Jardin Cythere is my favorite out of all because to me, this is the most unique ones. This basically has citruses, pistachio, olive tree, and some green accord. Yes, you heard it right, olive tree, because to me, this smells like the whole olive tree itself, meaning not just the fruits, but including the bark or even like the olive oil. Because the texture of this fragrance is giving fresh, soapy olive vibes, and I'm definitely loving it. If you watch my channel, you know how much I love this fragrance because coming from the designer market, I will say that this is pretty much unique. As mentioned, it has citruses, pistachio, olive as main notes. This to me smells very clean, citrusy, just a bit nutty because of the pistachio. And I'm not talking about sweet pistachios here, okay? I'm talking about fresh peeled pistachio. That is the kind of nuttiness that I am getting out of this fragrance. It definitely smells like Greek summer, but this smells like eating in the middle of a garden full of olive trees and lemons. I've been to Greece several times and it is one of my favorite, not just because of their food, but also the weather and just the total vibe of the country itself. Un Jardin Cythere definitely gives off that Greek Mediterranean vibe because of the olives and citruses that are in here. I highly recommend it if the sound of lemons, green, fresh pistachio, and olive scented bar soap sound interesting to you. I love this fragrance and highly recommend it. Un Jardin Cythere by Hermes definitely screams Mediterranean vibe. Next up is Mediterranean Honeysuckle. Do I need more explanation than that? Now, this to me is another natural smelling citrus scent focused on juicy grapefruit and bergamot. It has very prominent honeysuckle that I love. This to me smells like very natural and pretty scent. Imagine honeyed white florals like gardenia, lily of the valley, jasmine sambac, and of course, the star of this fragrance is honeysuckle. So, you know, it will definitely remind you of Mediterranean summer as there's a lot of honeysuckles here during summertime. I love this fragrance as well because it not just focuses on citruses like lemons and lime, but instead it has grapefruit and bergamot that gave this fragrance a certain level of citrusy vibes. I would say a very chic style of citrus. I think if you love the scent of Honeysuckle. You will definitely enjoy this fragrance. This smells so good. It smells like walking in a garden full of honeysuckle, jasmine, gardenia, and lily of the valley. Love this fragrance, and yes, definitely smells like a chic Mediterranean summer. Mediterranean summer to me actually smells like fig. As a matter of fact, where I live, there's a lot of fig trees. So I really incorporate Mediterranean summer as well with figs. And I have a lot of fig scents in my collection. However, the perfume that I chose to feature in today's video is Fig Infusion by Essential Parfums. Now, this fragrance is basically a citrusy fig vanilla scent that smells creamy. And the creaminess that I am getting is not like a coconut cream style. It is actually coming from a creamy sandalwood, absolutely fresh and beautiful. It is from Essential Parfums, so definitely giving French style kind of scent. It smells very natural yet very chic in my opinion. I get fig, sandalwood, tea, and vanilla out of Fig Infusion, and to me, it just smells so clean and chic. This is a kind of fig that will be perfect for everyday whereabouts. I love the fact that yes, it is very fig dominant. However, it's not too green and it's not too creamy as well, because there's a lot of fig fragrances that somehow smells creamy coconut most of the time. And I love those kind of scents. However, not really during hot days. But with Fig Infusion, it is mainly fig, sandalwood, tea, and vanilla that to me is perfect for hot days. I also love the fact that I am getting like a salty kind of vanilla in this fragrance, making it different from other fig scents that I have in my collection. Definitely a pretty and delicious fig scent that represents chic Mediterranean summer. Once again, Fig Infusion by Essential Parfums, and I find this fragrance unisex, however, slightly leaning more feminine. By the way, none of these fragrances are beast mode because I believe chic Mediterranean vibe doesn't really have to be beast mode. I will say all the perfumes in today's video are moderate performers, meaning last around 4 to 6 hours with moderate projection. All right, next up is from the brand that definitely gives off Mediterranean summer vibe, Carner Barcelona. And this is Bobo. Now, this to me is another daily whereabouts kind of scent. It is perfect everyday, fresh, citrusy, a little bit soapy, clean scent that will be perfect during the hot and low humid days. This is one of my favorite citrus scents in my collection, aside from Baldafrique. Bobo is a citrusy, light, white floral with a base of a sweet, musky scent. It definitely smells clean and fresh. It has that soapy texture that I personally enjoy during hot days. This is something perfect to use for everyday whereabouts. Same vibes as Fig Infusion. It smells very chic, Mediterranean, at the same time, clean girl aesthetic. Bobo definitely gives off that vibe of all linen outfit. Clean, minimalistic, and chic. Love this fragrance, and it definitely represents chic Mediterranean summer vibe. Once again, Bobo by Carner Barcelona, and I find this fragrance unisex. Another fragrance from Carner Barcelona is Marbella. Now, this to me smells like a luxury yacht kind of day. Marbella is giving fun times in the yacht kind of vibe, of course, in the Mediterranean coast. This fragrance has blackcurrant, rose, black pepper, peony, green tea, jasmine, peach, musk, and amber. And to me, this is mainly rose, black pepper, peony, and green tea. Very uplifting. I think it is because of the blackcurrant and the green tea that are in here. The rose is actually prominent, however, in the lightest way possible. It is not like a powdery kind of rose. To me, this is like pink floral kind of scent. Imagine peony and pink roses with clean musk and amber in the base. I love Marbella. If you watch my channel, you know that this is my favorite summer scent from Carner, Barcelona. I have included this in my top 10 for life last year because I just resonate with it. To me, it smells very chic summer. Yeah. Just like the rest of the perfumes in today's video, Marbella is giving yacht life in the Mediterranean. I love it so much, and I think you will love it too if the sound of tea, pink florals like peony and rose, sweet musk sound appealing to you. Once again, Marbella by Carner Barcelona, and I find this fragrance feminine leaning. Now, let's talk about peaches. And the kind of peach that comes to mind when I think of Mediterranean summer is more of a natural peach fruit scent that is not too sweet. So I chose Terraviva by Agatho Parfums. I think this is such an underrated scent because if you love peaches, you will definitely love this. And guess what? There is no peach in the note breakdown. Instead, there is osmanthus, which is definitely giving that peach slash apricot vibes. To me, this smells like Mediterranean Sea, apricots, and peaches. I mean, fresh apricots and peaches. To me, it smells like walking around peach trees and white florals garden next to the sea. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. I said next to the sea, however, it's not aquatic, okay? There's something about it that just gives sea breeze to me. So having said that, it is peachy, apricotty, it is sweet, yet it is also salty, but not too much. I love this fragrance. This is a beautiful, juicy apricot, peaches, fresh neroli, creamy sandalwood, and sweet vanilla. An underrated fruity scent in my opinion. And actually, now that I'm talking about it, I am somehow blaming myself why I didn't feature this in my fruit perfume video the other week. I will say if you love the idea of sweet peaches, apricot, and vanilla, I highly, highly recommend you Terraviva. This definitely smells like walking around peach trees, white florals, while catching sea breeze at the same time. Absolutely love it. Once again, Terraviva by Agatho Parfums, and I find this fragrance feminine leaning. Right, next one is also from the brand of Agatho Parfums, and this is one of their newest releases, Cinisca. I have featured this fragrance as one of my best discoveries this year because this fragrance is something else. This is basically tuberose, neroli, and leather scent that you haven't smelled before. I'm not a big fan of tuberose and leather. However, Cinisca is doing it for me. Basically, this is a neroli scent. However, it is a neroli gone femme fatale. I know, it sounds weird, but hear me out. Cinisca has an underlying sexy musk, leather, and vetiver in the base that gave this fragrance a strong background. It is mainly a neroli and tuberose scent. However, the way they added the leather in the base is very smooth and just unique in my opinion. I haven't smelled anything like it. I imagine like a chic, modern, fashionable Italian woman drinking Aperol spritz in the middle of the city square, rocking this fragrance. Cinisca is definitely a feminine fragrance, but with an underlying oomph factor. I'm telling you, imagine the combo of tuberose and neroli with an underlying musk, leather, and vetiver. Definitely floral. It starts off very floral, sweet, and feminine, and dries down to this femme fatale. Yeah, I love this fragrance. This is a kind of chic Mediterranean summer scent that is perfect for happy hour until like nighttime, because that is the vibe of it. If you have the chance, check it out. This is from Agatho Parfums, an Italian brand from Napoli. They really did a great job on this one. Once again, Cinisca by Agatho Parfums, and I find this fragrance feminine leaning, very alpha female style. And last but not the least is something that to me represents that chic Mediterranean summer girl perfectly. And this is Ofamina by M. Micallef. I will say this is my favorite neroli scent, not only in my collection, but I will say the best neroli scent that I have ever tried. This smells like an effortless, chic Mediterranean woman. I love the greenness of petitgrain here, which can be off-putting to some, but I personally love it because it is controlled with the clean smelling neroli orange blossom and with that M. Micallef vanilla musk sandalwood combo in the base. This basically smells like the orange flower itself because of the petitgrain, neroli, and orange blossom. And I'm telling you, it just smells absolutely divine and beautiful. As mentioned, this is my favorite neroli scent, and I will say my favorite from M. Micallef as well. Love this fragrance. I think this will even be included in my top 10 for life because yeah, that's how much I love it. I resonate with it. If you are looking for a sophisticated and chic orange blossom and neroli scent, I highly recommend you checking out Ofamina by M. Micallef. To me, this is the ultimate chic Mediterranean summer scent. And, you know, of course, it is definitely feminine leaning. Once again, Ofamina by M. Micallef. So that is the video for today, guys. Those are my top recommendations for perfumes that smell like chic Mediterranean summer. Let me know what you think of them, and if you have any suggestions for this vibe, please let me know in the comments down below. Probably next week I'll be doing tropical goddess summer vibe. So if you're interested with that, let me know as well in the comments down below. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, guys, and see you on my next one. Bye!